This is the Redmi 9C. Xiaomi recently introduced another new product, the latest of its Redmi 9 lineup, and this phone really deserves some accolades. First of all, Redmi 9C is not only a recent smartphone with a modern processor, it also has a large 5000 mAh battery. In addition, the device sports a triple main camera setup and has 3GB of RAM and 64GB of internal storage space, costing only 53,000 Nairas or $130. Is this the budget delivery for you? Let's find out. What's up guys, it's Victor here again, and this is my unboxing and review of the new Redmi 9C. You will find timestamps to various sections of this video in the description box below, and also stick around to the end of this video because I'll be sharing the pros and cons of this Redmi 9C device as well as the alternatives to this device, just in case this one doesn't tick all the boxes in your list of specifications. But however, before we start the unboxing experience and the review, if you are new here and you haven't subscribed, please do so now by hitting the red button just below this video. Also turn on your post notification bell icon so that you'll be notified the next time and every other time I post new and awesome videos like this one. The Redmi 9C comes in a compact, well-packed box with some inscriptions obviously targeted at Huawei because of their inability to use Google services. And by the way, Huawei's Harmony OS, which is Huawei's replacement for Android, will start shipping on smartphones from next year. And it looks like we might be having a third big mobile phone OS player. Let's see how that goes. Back to the box. Inside the box, the smartphone itself is located in a protective cellophane film with the main features highlighted on it. Next is a box housing the SIM ejector pin, a user manual and a warranty card. Then a 10 watts power adapter and a micro USB cable. I was not very happy that the package lacked a protective case and an earpiece. That I understand Xiaomi is just trying to be Xiaomi. But the presence of a micro USB cable instead of a Type-C, that's new and strange. The new Xiaomi Redmi 9C smartphone is made up of durable and textured plastic on the back and frame. The phone is sturdy and feels well built. The texture or pattern on the back curves like fingerprint lines. The back is not glossy, hence it's not a fingerprint score magnet. The smartphone comes in three colors, grey, blue and orange, and the color I have here is the midnight grey color option. The build quality is of a high standard even though it's made of plastic just like other smartphone models in the Redmi lineup. There are no squeaks or sound, and the buttons have good tactile feedback. On the back of the Redmi 9C, there is a square island housing a triple main camera setup and an LED flash. At the center of the back, there is a small round fingerprint scanner module which is fast enough and accurate. The power button and the volume rockers are located on the right side, while on the left side there is a slot for 2 nano SIM cards and 1 memory card up to 512GB. At the top of the Redmi 9C is a 3.5mm audio jack, but they did not provide an infrared blaster for controlling home appliances. And finally, at the bottom there is a micro USB port for charging, so we don't get a USB Type-C. There is also a microphone hole and the main speaker at the bottom. The Redmi 9C has a large 6.52 inches dot drop screen with HD plus resolution of 1600 by 720 pixels, amounting to 269 pixels per inch. It is a decent resolution especially for a phone of this caliber, and the pixels aren't noticeable when viewed by a normal eye. The screen displays quite rich and bright colors, but not as punchy as those found in AMOLED screens. Even in sunny weather, the brightness of the screen is just enough for comfortable reading, not too legible. In addition, the Redmi 9C comes with a wide range of options for enhancing your viewing experience, like a blue light filter for eye protection and a reading mode. In appearance and design, the smartphone turned out to be not so fantastic, considering that Xiaomi thought it necessary to get rid of the infrared port and leave the aged micro USB port. Other aspects such as build quality and materials used are pretty decent. Powering this device is a MediaTek Helio G35 processor which has 8 cores and is manufactured on an 8nm process with a max clock speed of 2.3 GHz. The performance here is impressive and app retention is satisfactory. The Redmi 9C smartphone runs even the most difficult and heavy games without throttling or overheating and without being battery drained. Gaming on this phone is good enough. I was able to play PUBG smoothly in medium graphics frame rate settings, but do not forget that this is a budget smartphone and it is not intended for persistent gaming. Also, the smartphone has two memory variants, 2 or 3GB of RAM and 32 or 64GB of internal storage. I have the 3 and 64GB version and it should be enough and adequate for everyday tasks. The Redmi 9C came shipped with the new MIUI 12 straight out of the box. It is built on Android 10 and came packed with bloatware. Thankfully, they can be uninstalled. I already got one update on this phone. Hopefully, This phone will get Android 11. The annoying part though is the presence of intrusive art that defaces the entire phone and software experience. The user interface is slightly different from MIUI 12 on other higher Redmi phones like Redmi Note 8 Pro. However, it is very fast. Applications open quickly, scrolling is smooth without jerking, but it misses the fancy icon animations when you minimize an application like you see on this Redmi Note 8. I think this is because the phone might not be capable of handling those fancy animations while still being very snappy. If you want, you can use the gesture navigation method instead of the standard 3-button navigation. As a matter of fact, Xiaomi was among the first phone manufacturers to master and refine this method of navigation even before Samsung, so you have no issues using this method. There's also a dark mode here, but because this is an LCD display, it won't impact the battery life of the phone. In addition, Redmi 9C has a dual Wi-Fi network, Bluetooth 5.0 and support for an accurate and fast GPS signal. Now, take this from me, MIUI 12 is just beautiful. The Redmi 9C has a 5000 mAh battery capacity, and considering that the screen resolution is only 720p, the power consumption will not be significant as a full HD resolution. Also, the modern G35 processor from MediaTek shows good power consumption. In real life, the smartphone depleted about 30% of the charge while I used it as my primary phone for calls, social media, videos and games for 12 hours. More often than not, the Redmi 9C can take you through 2 days of full typical modern day phone use case. Therefore, the battery life on one charge is robust and tough. But here is also a negative side. The charging speed is super slow via the micro USB port and the provided 10 watts power adapter. Charging from 0 to 22% took a whopping 30 minutes of precious time. The Redmi 9C has a single loudspeaker firing down from the bottom with an average performance. It's lacking so much in the bass, but it's loud enough and okay for conversations but not music. The speaker can be easily blocked when held in a gaming position. This phone will be best enjoyed with a good earpiece or a Bluetooth speaker. The triple camera on the Redmi 9C is tangible and each sensor actually works. The main camera is a 13 megapixel resolution camera and it shows good image quality during daylight hours. The second and third cameras have a 2 megapixel resolution for macro and bokeh shots. The result of macro photos is not fantastic, but portrait shots are decent enough with not so great edge detection under ideal lighting conditions. Overall, the cameras are decent enough for the class of this phone. The haptics and vibration feedback of the device is somewhere above average, and this is something you don't readily see in smartphones of this class and price. The main advantage of the inexpensive Redmi 9C is the G35 processor coupled with 3GB RAM and 64GB storage. This makes for a smooth and almost pro-level smartphone experience, and it handles gaming quite remarkably. Other pros of the Redmi 9C include a large 5000 mAh battery, a quality vibration motor, MIUI 12 and Android version 10, a beautiful display with good and almost accurate color reproduction. Finally, it is a well-built and sturdy device. The main disadvantage I can attribute to this device is the micro USB port, as this device is not future-proof. USB 2.0 is gradually fading out of style, and more OEMs, more phone manufacturers are including the Type-C port on even entry-level devices. So this is a step back. I think this is a step backward for Xiaomi or Redmi, but I feel they did this to suppress the price of the device more. Other cons include the sudden disappearance of an IR blaster. The sound is not fantastic but okay and satisfactory for this class though. The cameras don't inspire creativity, the charging speed is super slow but steady, and MIUI ads disrupts the entire software experience. However, given its low cost, I have no strong objections. The Redmi 9C is a very capable smartphone that offers a very efficient and capable processing unit while being pocket friendly. This makes it one of the most affordable and compelling smartphones of its class. But if you think you deserve better, I will recommend the Redmi 9, which is currently being sold at 64,000 Nairas, because it has USB Type-C, hence it's future-proof, and it comes with slightly better and versatile camera setup, and it is powered by MediaTek Helio G80 processor. But if you are able to forgive Xiaomi's decision of using a micro USB on the Redmi 9C and you are able to forget the feeble cameras, then the Redmi 9C might just be good enough for you. Guys, what do you think about this new Redmi 9C? I would like to hear your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section below. Subscribe if you're not, like and share this video to help someone out there trying to make a purchase decision, and also check out any one of my other videos on the screen right now, here or here. And with that said, I'll see you when I see you in the next one. Peace.